Greetings everyone. Let's give this video a subtitle, Secret of the Ages. Greetings everyone. This video will do one of two things. A1, it will awaken a truth in you that is long overdue. And A2, you would have been waiting for this video or waiting for some type of confirmation, and this would be it for you. 2, it will take you off course. It will sort of cause you to question some things, and it might even upset you to the point where you judge something you don't understand. Either way, I'm okay with the choice that you make. Today we're going to talk about familiar spirits or the familiar, and the way they present themselves and the animals they present themselves in. But while we're talking about the familiar, we're also going to talk about spirit beings or spirit guides. Let's define the term familiar. A familiar is a conscious entity that can embody an animal. Familiar is an animal to which you share a close bond. So it could be a pet in your home. Depending on how these entities present themselves to you, whether in a dream or in your encounter with these animals, you must pay close attention. May I repeat that part? You must pay close attention, especially if the animal shows up in your dream. For me, if I was to get an avatar, I would choose a lion, because for me, the strongest influence or presentation in my life has been animals, and particularly the lion. So there are 3 animals that present themselves in my dream or in waking moment. For example, the dog, if I come to your home, that dog is not going to leave me. And if I go to a space where there's no animals, after a while, you're going to see animals coming there. And before you know it, your yard is full with dogs. However, in my dream, the lion is more powerful and presents itself in certain circumstances. I recognize those symbols and I live accordingly. Now, the lion has been a protector for me that has shown up in dreams to warn me and guide me too many times to count. While the dog and the bird predicts what is to come, they work to produce messages that embody the principle of present and future. The lion represents a relentless fighter in the face of life challenges, strength to help me overcome difficulties. They symbolize emotions sometimes very difficult for me to manage. Strength and assertiveness and power, and personal power, that is not often activated when they present themselves. If I'm in a threatening situation or one looms, the lion appears in my dreams to send a symbol or a signal to remind me to stand ready they're ready to assist me. It brings awareness to our personal strength and courage. I can speak for myself. I can't speak for you. Now, when this spirit is being presented, it embodies courage, activates power. So, for example, if somebody was using their familiar to harm me, they would show up, and people does use dark energies to teleport into your home. This stuff is deep, and a lot of people will not understand it. And those who have eyes to see or ears to hear, they will listen. Anyway, I want you to understand and recognize that they're totem animals, and the symbolisms are able to help you recognize when they appear and when they come to warn you about something or teach you. Many of these animals, they may appear to you in dreams and they come to warn you of danger, or they may be sent to harm you. You have to be able to tell the difference. If you're drawn to an animal at a pet store, on the road, or one is gifted to you, figure out why, before touching it, it was brought to your home, or why you are attracted to it. It could be a familiar. And in that case, a familiar, in my opinion, witches use that term to speak of demons, or to speak of the fact that they feel that the spirit that lies within this animal is one that connects with them. Okay? This is scary stuff. But this is real stuff. And it's time for us to stop looking at one book to help us to understand nature. The people in the world who understand these things, they use it against you. And you continue to be, beholden to these ones. And so I'm not saying if you're not called or chosen to understand certain things, you will. But if you don't understand it and someone is explaining that experience, instead of being so shallow-minded, at least listen. You don't have to believe. Just listen. So, as I said, many of these animals will appear to warn you of danger. If they're gifted to you, I'm saying to you, figure out why they are. A spirit guide may manifest itself in an animal. They may bring you psychic vision. And when you say psychic vision, again, don't take that term out of context. I use it so you can understand something. You can see vision. See, psychic vision just means you can see things before they happen. Whether you want these visions or not, whether you want these manifestations or not, if you are chosen, if they choose you, there's nothing you can do about it. Those who work with certain dark energies can summon familiar to possess animals. This is why I always say to you, be careful who you're praying to, be careful what you're getting involved with, be careful who you invite. Even certain language, remember, words are life. They're like incense, and when you open your mouth and you speak them, they ascend and they bring in your presence. Energies that you don't quite understand. Now, the First Nation people, or first people of the world, speak of totem animals as their spirit guides, but the witches refer to them as a familiar, and so you must be able to differentiate between the two. You cannot pick a familiar, but you have to possess a certain nature for them to pick you. And again, as I give you the example, the witches use these familiars to help them with spells, etc. Your character trait draws these spirits being to you as well. And so if they are possessed with these familiar spirits, you have them in your space. They could do harm. They could do havoc around you. In other words, these animals, as they are possessed with these energies, and you invite them for whatever reason, and I don't think you can invite inadvertently, because again, as I show you or talk to you about this in the past, in the movies even, vampires cannot enter your home unless you invite them. Remember, animals sense energy better than we do. If there's going to be a disaster looming, the animals sense it first. They go a bit crazy. And so if you have animals in your house, you watch how they're behaving. All of a sudden, they're acting strange. You know that spirits are around. Depending on your personality trait, i.e., do you possess a spirit of discord? Are you cruel? Are you selfish? Familiars will be assigned to you or possess you. The same is true if you are chosen, filled with purpose by spirit guides. They will come to protect you. I'm not going to draw this one out too much. I'm just thinking that this topic has been on my mind for a few days and I've been putting it off, but I think it's time to talk about it and to share, a little bit of these things, because especially Black folks, most of my viewers are Black folks, and we are so close-minded and we are so stuck in that mode that we're not able to identify the things that are happening, to see when you see figures present themselves as humans. Sometimes they're not. They are just using that body of that human being to carry out certain works. Same thing is true for the animals, that these, familiar can possess these animals. And there are people who knows how to use them to cast spell. Sometimes you have a dream and you see someone in your home. That person has the ability to project themselves into your home. They have the skills and the know-with-all how to stay where they are. This is why you have to be very careful who you invite in your home. And sometimes even turning on my camera in my space is not something that makes me very comfortable. Now, it sounds far out there. And, some people will just turn up their nose. It doesn't matter. If you receive this message, you receive it. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. 2021 is a special year. I keep repeating that. It's February 2021, and there's more floods. And there's more. As I have told you, as I say, these guides, they never, ever, ever lie. They don't lie. But you have to spend time to get to understand these things. In discernment, you ask that you are shown these things, and you fast and you pray. That's what you call it. Some people say meditate. Get the answer.